and do a hole in the thing with your straw. Look at the mask. Well, exactly. Two masks, so when you open your mouth, you open up and you can hear that. But nobody knows. We're back.
Didn't have to get a new book guy. Just watch your piece of music. Okay, so Lon.
Okay, my movie is The Wrath of Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new addition. H.
Portico Security specialize in cash trucks across LA.
Do you have any idea how dangerous this job can be?
Some out there, yeah. We ain't the predators. We're the prey.
You ready?
Ready.
This is your temporary sidearm.
What happens if we're putting pistols in a machine gun fight?
Do you have a problem?
I don't know. Do I?
It's a 10 grand drop. You should have been back 5 minutes ago.
They're serious!
Leave this to me.
Get in the truck next time!
Sorry, pal.
Who is this lunatic?
It doesn't feel right. It's like he wants trucks to get hit. He's not a cop.
But if he's not a cop, what is he?
A while back, we lost 2 guards, a civilian too.
There was an investigation.
They still haven't found the scum who did it.
You were in an accident. My son. He didn't make it. I need to know who killed my son.
The tree has been shook, and it's been shook hard. We've scorched the earth.
You started by saying you'd do anything. But what I'm hearing is, you think you've done everything.
I can see it's gonna be a long night.
It's gotta be an inside job. I can do it in 2 weeks. You only wish you could do it in 20 years. And I do bear a grudge.
Yeah, and if you caught us during the break, this was the first movie I went to go see at the theater since the pandemic, the COVID. So it was, and I think that's why I probably liked doing it. It was just nice to actually go to a movie theater and see something on the big screen, which I happen to like. Now, I was informed by Susie and you guys that you really prefer watching
No, not them. Me.
Oh, just you?
Just
okay.
me.
Okay. So this was a Guy Ritchie film. If you don't know him, he's a very slick director.
Yeah.
He is pretty inconsistent in my view, but that could have been the Madonna years or something.
Madonna's husband.
Right.
Ex-husband. Yes.
But like, for example, his first 2 movies I really like, which is Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels, and Snatch, right?
I love Snatch.
Okay. Yeah, but a lot of stuff he did after that, it's like I thought it got sort of repetitive. So then again, I thought, okay, here's a Guy Ritchie movie. Haven't seen one of his movies in a while. Let me give him another chance. And Jason Statham's in it, who was also in those 2 movies. So
he's just working his little tail off.
And I thought, okay, this should be fun. I didn't even know what the movie was about. I knew it was a Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham. I said, okay, you sold me. This is a strange film for me to describe because the way the storytelling works is he doesn't tell you the entire story up front. All you know is that Jason Statham walks into you see an armored car robbery happen. All of a sudden, Jason Statham applies for a job with the armored car. He gives it a name. He's a little older than most of the people, but he's in good shape. He passes everything. The gun, he's
just
apparently...
barely.
Exactly. I was say the gun, he's not so good on, but he can run and keep up. And so they said, you know what, you pass, you got... And then so he rides with the main guy called Bullet. And they all have nicknames. His name is Hill, so the guy says, I'm going to call you H. So H and Bullet on a thing. They get robbed. all of a sudden, Jason Statham appears, that actor, you know what he's going to do, pulls out a gun and just expertly kills every single one of the robbers. Some of them don't even get out of the car, and he just shoots them. Then the weird thing is, then he goes around and pulls all off their masks. Like you could tell he's looking for something. And then you think, okay, but then now he's literally murdered. Or I shouldn't say murdered, but he did kill at least 7, if I'm not, about 7 people. He goes back in. So, of course, the main manager of the place thinks, oh, this is real tragic. I think you should take time off. Right. Until the owner of the company comes and says, wow, that was amazing. We need more guys like you on driving for us. So he's telling his manager, no, you make sure he's back out on the road. We need this, right? Because there has been a rash of armed car robberies. This is where it gets complicated for me because I don't want to reveal too much because then they start flashing back. And this is a Guy Ritchie has done this before, where he tells a story in a non-linear fashion. So first you're going to find out who exactly Hill is. Then you find out why he's doing what he's doing. And then you find out who the robbers that he's looking for are. So it's a very interesting enough story, and that's why I don't want to reveal too much, because I think that's part of the fun. But to be quite honest, I actually found it sort of distracting. I remember it took me at least 30 minutes into the movie to finally sort of get into it. And I think that's when the first robbery happens. Then I'm sort of intrigued because I'm sort of curious what is happening. So that kept me going forward. So that I have to give him kudos for that structure that he did. At least it kept me interested to find out what is going on. What is going on? What's going to happen in the end? Which, if you know any Guy Ritchie movie, guns a-blazing in some of his movies. I have to admit, I thought the cast was actually all very good. You see some familiar faces like Josh Hartnett. I haven't seen in a while. He was in it, and then, what's his name? He had British actors like Eddie Marsan in it. He's the one who played
Andy Garcia.
The taxi driver in you just Officer Happy-Go-Lucky.
Yes, exactly. Right, exactly. That guy.
Scott Eastwood.
Yeah. And I thought they're all very good playing their roles. In fact, the other guy who played,
Well, the guy from the Changeling that we did.
Exactly, I was going to say.
The bad cop from the Changeling?
I was going to say, is it Lawrence something?
That's not Jeffrey Donovan, is it?
Oh, Jeffrey Donovan, yes,
he was
that's
in this
it.
one.
Yeah, he was
And the guy from The Boys, which is a series I like to watch.
Rocky Williams?
Yeah, from The Boys.
Rocky Williams?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was a big cast.
So, but it was impressive, but it was really good. But like I said, I was sort of ultimately disappointed, and I don't know why. And it could have been because maybe the story was way, way too thin. Right. But it was the structure of how he told the story that made it interesting and keeps you going. Mm-hmm. So I think by the end, it's like, okay, I know what to expect and this and that. And there wasn't even like at the end of Paper Tigers, you're very satisfied with the ending and how it concludes, right? Here I was like, oh, is that it? kind of thing. But, but I'm sure the reason I ultimately would even say I was really entertained was because I went to the movie theater to see it. So.
Okay, this was this has been adapted from a 2004 French film, Le Convoyeur, which means cash truck. I felt like all the movies we've been watching are oozing testosterone.
This is
and this is the ooziest.
Well, Guy Ritchie. It's a Guy Ritchie film.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was trying to figure out this movie from the beginning. We know there's something not kosher with him. We just know that. And then I spent my whole time going, okay, I don't trust these guys either.
No, exactly. Right.
Third thing is, do people pull heists anymore? That's what I was saying to Pat. It's like, they're all heist movies. But do people do heists? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyways, so but I guess it's just always entertaining. Like Bullet, the Bullet, who is Holt McCallany.
I was going to say, they pulled heists with the zombies last time.
Exactly. Right? Bullet, his boss, also seems very jolly and ordinary. I didn't trust him. Right from the get-go. I did not trust him. the movies were starting to blur to me in, fighting, in bullets, fighting, right? So it wasn't my favorite movie. The other fighting movies I like better that we watched. So yeah, okay.
I did not like this movie at all. I thought it was so boring, and it got too complicated. Like, if they had just kept it to like 2 or 3 bunches of guys, but then it became, I didn't know who was who and who belonged to who.
Well, that's the complication of the way he's telling the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he did it badly.
Yeah.
And I love testosterone movies, and if this is an indication of testosterone, it's really gone downhill.
It's the shooting.
Well, it's the killing. It's a body
the
count.
chilling
The body
and the killing.
count.
Yeah, it's like, even the fighting wasn't that great. You know what I mean? I mean, when you see things like, and I will say John Wick, right? The intricacy of how those fights are set up.
It's like Shakespeare in comparison.
It's Shakespeare. John Wick fighting is Shakespeare. And so I found it boring. And to tell you the truth, I thought the ending was really lame. It's like,
don't tell it.
Tell the part that
No, he saw dead people.
He saw dead people.
So no, I did not like this movie at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the movie.
Testosterone.
I was constantly mansplaining over here.
She was. You kept putting it on pause. Now this is
I was
happening.
getting pissed too. I passed. This is what's going on. No, but the point was that
I'm sorry, George. Did you really have to explain what was going on?
Yes.
And who people were?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It got so
But you know
messed up.
what it is?
If they didn't wear all those masks.
But I know what it is. Guy Ritchie, he tries to make the story so complex that I can see how people can get lost. Because I had a moment there that I was questioning something that happened. I was questioning
And
it.
he's a man.
Why are you questioning this? I mean, why is this happening? Why is these people doing this and all that? And then something and then snapped. Oh, that's why. That's why this is happening. So it was actually a very complex story. I thought it could have been a really great story, just because when you start seeing who's involved, why, what's going on, whatever the groups or whatever. So without giving it away, it was actually a good story, but it was told badly. I think it might have been the cuts that going back and forth. He just out-complex himself, just trying to getting all fancy with that. So, but I like Jason Statham too. Even though in this movie, I think he has the least lines in the whole movie than anybody else.
He did.
Just grunt. Yeah.
Go get your jacket.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I like the other actor. He's from Bullet, who's from he's from that series with the Mindhunter. I don't know if you've seen that series, Mindhunter.
Holt.
Yeah.
Holt McCallum.
I like the actor. To me, he's like a throwback from he should be in at 50 or Hollywood throwback.
Exactly.
The kind of cops. But I can see why it was too complex. But I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the idea, but I thought they could have delivered it better.
You probably would have enjoyed it more if you had not watched it by yourself. Susie and I were sitting there going, "What's happening? What's going on?"
Yeah, because there is a great example. I think there, when Jason Statham, when they put the tear gas or whatever in the truck, and then he comes out covering his face, right? Then he drops. Yeah. And you see his face. Then all the robbers just immediately get in their cars and leave. And like you said, it's like, okay, what just happened? And then you got to wait like another 20 minutes to get the explanation. So
you just know something's going on here, and I don't know what it is.
I think that Guy Ritchie got caught up doing Memento when he was in that movie. And now every movie wants to be Memento, where he goes back and forth constantly.
Oh, yes.
Memento, he did well, though. That was
but he was an actor. I don't think he directed that, did he? I think
he didn't direct that.
Yeah, but I think he probably got the bug from that movie. Because that movie is so complex, but it goes back. But that's done perfectly. That movie is perfect, going back and forth. But then he's kind of got the bug from that, and he wants to do everything going back and forth. But it kind of ends up in a pretzel.
Kind of like Seinfeld in the Indian wedding.
Going back in time.
He did it well.
Wow.
But I enjoyed it.
Okay, so I guess that I'll start. Right? Yeah. I'll give it a 6.
I'll give it a 5.
Oh, that's higher than I thought you would.
Me too.
I'll give it a 6.
Because I gave it a 5.
And you paid $20.
That's funny.
Oh, well, how much did you guys, because you had to rent it online,
Yeah, it
right?
was
Yeah,
20
we had
bucks.
to rent
Oh,
it.
okay.
Oh, it was $20.
yeah.
Oh God.
there's-
Nobody was $20, and this one was $20. We spent $50 on this in the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Right off.
We'll be back. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because none of the movie